Well, hello. My name is Joianne Payne, and I am absolutely going to be talking about filling the correct hole when you're lonely. This is my third video on loneliness, and I am talking about holes today. Our holes. And if you're lonely, it's because you have a hole that needs filling. But you're probably filling the incorrect hole, and it might be fun, but it's not going to do you a bit of good. Okay, but before we get into this whole thing, let's define lonely. So let's see. Lonely is a state of solitude or the sense of being alone when you want a companion. And it causes you to feel distressed or empty. Now remember that word empty. It's subjective. Now remember, you can be lonely in a crowd or in a relationship. Now, remember I said remember empty? Okay, think about it like this. How do you feel about empty? I don't like empty. I don't like an empty stomach, an empty gas tank. I don't like an empty bank account. Oh no. And you know what? I don't like an empty house. Empty house, you hear every little sound is creepy. Okay, but just thinking about empty usually does not create joyful feelings. External emptiness is not a state that most people do well. So now, emptiness on the inside, your heart, your brain, also creates a void or a hole, okay? Even though you can't see it, you can definitely feel it. And what do we do with empty things? Well, I'll tell you what I do. I fill them up, okay? So when we have a hole inside of us, we want to fill it too because we want to feel better. Even if we know it's only temporary, we don't care. That being said, when we are lonely, we don't always recognize how to fill the hole within us that is actually empty. So what we do is fill one or more of 5 holes in our body. I know where your mind is. That's number 5. Just be patient, okay? We keep filling and filling the wrong hole and don't realize it's the wrong hole, so we never get lasting relief. So let's talk about these holes. Oh, not holes, H-O-E. No. Holes. The first hole we fill. Oh my goodness. Fill is our ears and eye holes. When we're lonely, we binge on visual stimulation, mindless TV watching, video game playing for hours and hours and hours, sitting in the same spot. And let me tell you something, I did it. I ain't gonna lie. I'd sit there and play that stupid little game. Y'all know it on the phone. Play that stupid little game. And it has physical, emotional, and mental consequences. There's a lot of them, from physical health problems to dementia. So, I am going to show you some charts. I'm going to give you all this information in the description. Oh, yeah, I'm going to let you know. Very dangerous when we binge with our eyes and ears. All right. The next hole we fill is our nose hole. And, of course, I'm talking about drugs, sniffy, and I'm including smoking. Even though you don't smoke with your nose, you blow it out your nose, don't you? But you already know the toll the drugs take on your life. I don't have to go into details about this. But I can tell you, I remember back in the day when I was a weed head. Yeah, I was young. I went to college. And right after college, when I was a struggling young single mother, weed was my boyfriend. And it kept me from noticing that I was lonely or had overdue bills. But guess what? It controlled me, so I had to let it go. But anyway, the third hole is your mouth hole. And get that eggplant. No, I'm not talking about that yet. I said number 5, remember? Number 5, your mouth hole. Feeding our loneliness through our mouth with hunger or thirst. And thirst, I don't mean water. Honey, drink your water. I'm talking about booze, baby. Oh, yeah. I used to be a lush, too, years ago. See, I'm only talking about stuff I know. I used to be a lush. And then 10 years ago, after a night of being drunk off my ass, the next morning, I had a mild stroke. And I'm like, what? Yes, I walked out the hospital 3 days later. But I used to love the spins and all that kind of stuff you get when you were on your way to being drunk. I used to love that sensation. Now, oh hell no. So Joy don't drink anymore. Okay, how about that? But the next way we fill our mouth is food. Now that I do, I have to admit, I ain't gonna lie. Girl loves to eat. And I do understand that euphoria is feeling loneliness. I don't be hungry, but I be thinking about some food all day, going day and all night. I'm working on it, guys. I ain't perfect. The fourth hole that we fill is our pocketbook or our wallet. We got a hole burning in our pocketbook or our wallet. Why? We just got to spend some money. Impulse spending makes a lot of people feel good. Or gambling. Same difference. You're going to lose money. Look, don't pretend you a gambler. You do not win most of the time. So stop tripping. But anyway, shopping. You know this is you. If you got a closet, a garage, a basement, an attic, a shed full of shit with tags on it that you don't use, never been opened. You got 2, 3, 4 of these things because you just buy. That's how you fill your loneliness hole in your wallet. Now, that fifth hole, yep, it is the hole that you are thinking about. The first one that probably came to your mind when you saw the title of this episode. And I am talking about your sex hole, baby. Yes, but guess what? We're going to talk about that tomorrow, and it's going to get raw dog. So leave the kids at grandma's. I will see you then. Peace, love, and sacred joy.